Hello everyone, welcome to Sociology Paathshala. In this video, we will understand social stratification and inequality, an important NCERT topic for class 11th and 12th. So, first, look around us. Some people enjoy wealth, power, respect, while others face discrimination and exclusion. Why does society arrange people like this? Sociology explain it through the process of social stratification. In this chapter, we'll outline why do some people get more opportunities and others struggle even in the same society. So first of all, to understand this, we should understand the meaning of social stratification. Social stratification means the hierarchical arrangement of individuals or groups in a society where some have more power, privilege, and prestige than the others. And these people are arranged in a ranking order, and this ranking order is called a hierarchical arrangement. Now, the one who is at the top of the hierarchy, just like in this picture given, Brahmin are at the top. So they have the most power, privilege, and prestige, means respect. Whereas those who are at the lowest are given less power, privilege, and prestige. Although over time, these type of social stratification have changed a lot, but still they do exist. Stratification produces inequality and unequal access to resources, opportunities, and even the basic rights are unequally provided to these communities. This inequality is not natural, means this is not something that is given to us by birth. There is nothing natural about it. It is the society that creates and maintains these kind of inequalities around us. There are four main features of social stratification. First one is that it is universal in nature but variable. How it is universal but variable together? Social stratification exists all around the world. You will see it in the Asian society, you will see it in the Western society, everywhere it is there. But only the basis of that stratification might be different. In India, the basis of stratification is caste, class, whereas the basis of stratification outside India mostly upon race or class itself. Second one is socially constructed. Of course, it is socially constructed because it is not given to us by birth, though something it is created by the society. Certain norms and values are supporting these kind of hierarchical ordering or ranking in the society. Third one is transmitted across generation. Of course, once we are born in a caste, that caste is not earned by us. It is something that we get from our parents. So it is transmitted or transferred from one generation to another. And fourth one is supported by beliefs and ideology. So most of these stratification have certain beliefs surrounding to them. That is through those beliefs this stratification is transmitted from one generation to another. Like believing in the caste system. It is not only transmitted as a hierarchy or a ordering, but also it is transmitting certain belief system which give a certain community higher position and another community's lower position. Stratification exists everywhere, but it takes different form in different society. It is socially constructed, passed on from one generation to next, and often justified through beliefs and ideology. Now, this slide specifically talks about the four type of common stratification that exist around us that are identified by sociologists. First one is caste, second is class, third is slavery, and fourth is estate system. First, I'm going to start with understanding the meaning of caste as a social stratification. In India, the caste system is one of the most rigid form of stratification. It is hereditary in nature. That means we are born in a family and we get the caste according to the family we are born in. It is endogamous in nature, means a person is supposed to marry within their own caste and community, and we are not allowed to intermarry, and also follows a fixed hierarchy where the social mobility is almost impossible. Now, the term social mobility we'll talk in detail in another video itself, but here comes a little brief. Social mobility means you cannot move from one rank to another. So, in caste system, you cannot move from being a Brahmin to Kshatriya or from a Vaishya to a Kshatriya. moving around the ranking is not possible. And it is still a very important part of Indian culture and still guide a lot of behavior practiced in India today itself. The second one is class system. Class is an economic division, which is fluid in nature. Mobility is, as I told you, mobility means movement from one strata to another. So in class system, this mobility is possible. You can be a poor person, and according to the development in your skill and capabilities, you can become a rich person. Vice versa is also true. You can be a rich person, and if you lose all your wealth, you can become a poor person also. Class system is based on economic differences like rich, middle class, and poor. Unlike caste, it is more fluid and allows some mobility through education and occupation. Of course, the better occupation, the better paying occupation that you will get, the better in class system you will rank. The other system that exists is slavery, which historically we also find slavery where people were treated as a property. The people were bought and sold itself. In today's time हम लोगों को खरीदते बेचते नहीं हैं. आज हम लोगों का टाइम और उनकी स्किल की वैल्यू करते हैं और उसको खरीदते बेचते हैं. लेकिन जब ये स्लेवरी एग्जिस्ट कर रही थी उस वक्त में लोगों को ही एक चीज की तरह सामान की तरह बेचा और खरीदा जाता था. तो लोग ही ओन्ड होते थे. And then last but not the least, you must have heard in your 9th or 10th class, French Revolution में आप सबने पढ़ा होगा, जहां पर estate system के लिए बताया जाता है that estate system specifically existed in medieval Europe where society was divided into nobles, clergies, and peasants. And the most important part is this is where the first time democracy started taking its first breath, जब पहली बार voting system की बात की गई. Although it did not go all the way, but still these were the times जब पहली बार democracy का जन्म हुआ. Inequality in day-to-day life that we see all around us, gender gap in wage or work, in any kind of workplace, in the corporate places, you must see कि बहुत सारी जो women है जो similar amount of work करती हैं as equal to a man, but still they are not allowed, they are not provided with the equal wages. That is because it is considered that women have more homely duties, so she will be able to dedicate lesser time to the work, and that is why this gender gap is still in question in day-to-day life. Urban rural divide, of course, जो urban areas है उसको एक higher ranking दी जाती है, better living space समझा जाता है, और वहीं rural areas को lower ranking दी जाती है. Third one is caste-based discrimination, which means people are discriminated still on basis of caste. अगर आप ये रूरल एरिया से सुन रहे हैं, तो ऑफ कोर्स ये चीज आप ऑलरेडी अपने अराउंड एग्जिस्ट करते हुए देखते हैं. और अगर आप एक शहर में रह रहे हैं, मेरी तरह एक प्रिविलेज कम्युनिटी में रह रहे हैं, तो आपको ये अपने घरों में बहुत आराम से देखने के लिए नहीं मिलेगा. बट स्टिल इन अ वेरी सटल वेज आज भी हमारे अराउंड एग्जिस्ट करता है. जैसे घर में कोई काम वाली बाई आती है, डोमेस्टिक हेल्प आती है, तो हम उनसे बाकी सारे काम कराना प्रेफर करते हैं. बट आज भी हम एक सर्टेन कास्ट से घर के मंदिर की सफाई नहीं करवाते हैं. जो हमारे वर्शिप के प्लेसेस हैं उनकी सफाई नहीं करवाते हैं. या अगर हम कुकिंग कर रहे हैं तो आज भी सटली जो कुक करने आती है उनसे उनकी कास्ट पूछी जाती है. तो इस तरीके का जेंडर बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन आज भी हमें देखने के लिए मिलता है. And last but not the least, there are many more examples, but this is the one that I'm discussing last with you, unequal education access, which is still there even after the RTE, that is right to education, that has been implemented by Indian government in India in 2005. Still आज भी हमारे इंडिया का एजुकेशन रेशो वुमेन और मेन के एजुकेशन रेशो में ऑलमोस्ट 15 to 20% का डिफरेंस आज भी एग्जिस्ट करता है. केस बीइंग कि आज भी हम जो मटेरियलिस्टिक कल्चर है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको प्रीवियस वीडियो में कल्चर के बारे में बताया भी था, जो हमारा मटेरियलिस्टिक कल्चर है वो काफी फास्टली ग्रो कर रहा है. बट जो हमारे नॉर्म्स हैं, वैल्यूज हैं, बिलीव्स हैं, जो हमारा नॉन मटेरियलिस्टिक कल्चर है वो आज भी ग्रो नहीं कर रहा है. तो ऑफ कोर्स हमारे पास आज सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं पढ़ने की, बट आज भी हम लड़कियों को पढ़ाना प्रेफर नहीं करते. तो कहीं ना कहीं इस वजह से जेंडर और कास्ट के बेसिस पर आज भी अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एजुकेशन एग्जिस्ट करता है. एंड लास्ट, स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन इज इक्वल टू स्ट्रक्चर्ड इनइक्वालिटीज. ये पॉइंट आपको 11th में भी मिलेगा, 12th में भी मिलेगा कि ये एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड इनइक्वालिटी है that affect aspect of life, and the role of sociology is to study it, question it, and push it for more equal society. We as sociologists definitely need to look forward towards it. Thank you for watching and follow Sociology Paathshala for more NCERT and sociology lessons and comment below which form of inequality did you notice most in your day-to-day life. Thank you.